So in my last video, I kind of introduced you to this nightmarish scenario where we're trapped in this tank and water's flooding in, and we have to bail it out with a little bucket. And I encourage you to think about managing your BFRB not just reactively, but exploring some proactive options. This is going to be a very similar video content-wise, but I wanted to visualize it a little differently with a graph, because I love graphs. They're the best. So here we are, a little emoji person, and on our x-axis we have time, and on our y-axis we have our water level. I'm also going to draw in this dotted panic line, the point at which, the water level's too high and we want to start bailing out our water. And so we have, our water coming in, our water is increasing to the point where it crosses that panic threshold, and we take out our little trusty bucket, we start bucketing out the water. But yeah, we talked about that this bucket, maybe it isn't big enough and it's a bit of a process. And so, it takes a bit of time to get all the water out. And from here, the kind of logical conclusion to jump to is, I just need a bigger bucket. If I just had a bigger bucket, I could bail out more water at once and I could spend less time bucketing. Great. But this bucket doesn't actually prevent the water from coming in. That water is still coming in. And so there is sort of multiple periods of like bucketing and not bucketing, and yeah, but maybe what we could ask ourselves is, how is that water coming in? Can we start exploring in these times where we're not panicking, we're not bucketing? We can start exploring, like, are there any faucets that we can see? Can we find a wrench, and can we change the slope? Can we change the rate at which the water is coming in? The obvious benefit of this is it will delay the need to bucket. Maybe we're bucketing once every day without the wrench, but with our wrench, we've bought ourselves an extra day. Maybe we only need to bucket once a week. Again, that's a recap, the scenario again. But with it being laid out visually like this, I think some more questions start popping up. Like, why is it that I always wait for the panic line before I start bucketing? What if, I bucketed a little sooner? Maybe I wouldn't need to bring out the big bucket every time. The small one would do, and just doing a little bit of proactive management is to avoid that panic. Obviously, this is using our water metaphor, but to apply it back to our BFRB, thinking about visualizing our stress levels, and maybe that panic line is the BFRB threshold. So in trying to avoid it, let's try to be proactive. Okay, there you go.